Alright guys, welcome to another video. Today, back in my Kia, and we are in Coquitlam, BC. And you can see all the beautiful tall buildings here. So we're in the central part of Coquitlam. And today we're going to do a charger review. It's a fast charger, but it's not as fast as you guys will probably think. It's not one of those super duper quick ones. But I believe that for most people traveling out there today, this could be the best option. For me, when I took my road trip, this charger was pretty much in every town, small and big. So it allowed us to keep going, keep charging. I loved its consistency and so on. So I wanted to share that with you today. So while we're driving, I'll tell you a little bit more about it. It's actually very close to here. It's pretty much over there by a supermarket. So yeah, not too far to drive. It's one of my local chargers that I use quite often since I live in a high rise and I don't have charging at home. So sometimes I do utilize that one just to, top up or whatever. So anyway, let's jump into the car. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the charger we're going to go today, give you a little bit of a background because the story is also pretty interesting, and then we'll get there and we'll start charging. All right, so let's get going. Okay guys, we're on our way. So like I said, this is one of my favorite chargers. It's a very local charger for me as well. The most important thing I think for you guys to realize, it's a BC only company. It's BC Hydro. They're only in British Columbia, Canada, and they utilize mostly 50 kilowatt chargers. I have not seen personally or experienced anything higher than 50 kilowatt from BC Hydro so far. So that's what we are looking at today. So we're going to a 50 kilowatt BC Hydro fast charger. All right, at least that's what BC Hydro says. 50 kilowatts is a fast charger. Now, good thing about BC Hydro, like I already mentioned at the beginning, BC Hydro is in pretty much, I gotta let some people cross the road even though it's not a crossing. All right, so BC Hydro, they're pretty much in every town in BC. Even if you can't get there through like a Tesla supercharger network, you can get there with BC Hydro. So a lot of Tesla owners in BC buy the CHAdeMO adapter because one of the connectors there is a CHAdeMO connector. So they use that if they want to travel somewhere a little bit further afield where there are no Tesla superchargers present. So it's a great option, and BC is pretty much covered in these chargers. So any town you want to go to, you will have some sort of charging. And when we did our road trip this summer, I used BC Hydro quite often, as you can see through the pictures I posted on Instagram. A lot of times we used the BC Hydro because it's, like I said, it's everywhere, so it's great. Now, a little bit of a backstory regarding BC Hydro and why I like it so much, right? Because the debate has always been about how sustainable is charging of an electric vehicle. Obviously, traditional cars burn fossil fuels, and that contributes to the pollution and so on, right? So we have an issue with that. That's why we drive electric cars. But then a lot of combustion car owners say, well, how do you guys know that the electricity that you put inside your electric car is sustainable, is from renewable resources and so on and so forth, right? Does it also in some way pollute the environment while these companies are producing this energy, right? So, and then obviously the debate with batteries at the end, right? Like batteries wear out, so what happens? But anyway, let's just focus on more of the, let's say, sustainability factor of generating that electricity, and that's the more important part right here. So BC Hydro as you know, as a company that is owned by the government of BC, so it's a you know, government entity, decided that since British Columbia is such a beautiful place, they don't want to pollute, right? So I would say, looking at their website, something like over 90% of the electricity produced comes from hydroelectric, so from rivers, dams, and so on, right? So it's all clean energy. I will show you guys also when we get to the charger, that the whole charger, the whole way that it's built and the graphics on it, it's all about water power, right? So that's where the energy comes from when you are charging with BC Hydro, which I love. I love that I know where the energy comes from, that it is sustainable, that it is coming from a natural resource. Yes, sure, there is some debate about you know, building dams on rivers and the environmental impact of that. But I have to say that the way that BC Hydro has done it, I think that they've done it the right way, and they've protected nature at all costs. In BC, we've never had problems with BC Hydro. There's never been any kind of talk about their, you know, they doing something, you know, that they shouldn't be doing. So I believe that the company is doing the right thing, especially, you know, for us EV owners. Now, I do wish that they had invested a little bit more money and started offering faster chargers, not just 50 kilowatt hour. 50 kilowatt hour is perfect for most people, like I said. But you know, nowadays new cars are coming out, like the Taycan, like the Audis, that do utilize, heck, even the Mach-E, that utilize faster charging. So it would be nice to have that. But anyway, like I said, for most people, this is the best option. And like for me, whenever I go somewhere, I can always find a BC Hydro charger. There's actually a fat e-tron in front of us. Such a beautiful car. I wish I could show you guys, but I don't want to grab my phone because my phone is my camera, and then the police will will catch me for that. The fines in BC are quite steep for using a device while driving, so I have to get a proper camera. But anyway, we're almost here. So like you see, from the parking garage where I did the intro to the charger is like, what, 5 minutes, maybe not even, less than that, however long I was talking. And we're here. The charger itself, the location is great. I will show you guys the location, and let's hope that it actually is free, because it's quite a popular one. What do we have? Do we have anybody charging? Yes, we do. We have, what is that? A Hyundai. We have a Hyundai charging. So we'll take the second stall because there are 2 stalls here, so no problem. So Hyundai Kona is charging. So like I say, it's quite a popular charger, which is awesome. Okay, so we are here. Now let's get connected. All right, guys, as you can see, we are at the BC Hydro charger. There is that Kona charging. All right, I've got a Soul Spy working here. Our battery right now is at 25 degrees, 26 in one cell. We are at 9%. We have a 40-kilometer range left, and there is the charger. Okay, so here we go. Port is open. We're going to use the CCS. Since this is a 50 kilowatt. Okay, we're connected. The port is quite easy. The line is not that thick. All right, so now it's communicating with the vehicle. All right, and then we scan the card. We scan the card, and let's see if it's gonna start working here for us. It should. Okay, it's doing a charge test. Charge test still going on. Still going on. All right, and there we go. Off we go. So let's see what kind of speed we're getting here. Okay. So as you guys can see, we are ramping up, and we're at 43 kilowatt already. So 10%, we are going to 80, as you guys can see, so it'll take 1 hour and 4 minutes. Like I say, Not the fastest thing in the world, but it works. Okay, it works and it's consistent. We're going to be getting these speeds and a little bit more, hopefully, as time goes on. And from what I remember, it only starts throttling at around 75%. So that's perfect. Okay guys, we're already at 16%, 58 minutes left, and we are at 44 based on what the car is telling me. Let's see what SoulSpy says. SoulSpy says 43.8 kilowatts, 354.6 volts. So one, and then 123.4 amps. So this is quite good, guys. And this is why I say it's not only about speed of the charger, it's also about charging consistency. So as you guys can see here, the charging consistency is very, very good. You know, we're at 17%. We have now 77 kilometers of range on the GOM, and yeah, and it's 44 right now, or 43.8 according to SoulSpy. So yeah, it's pretty good, eh? I do have to say that I am quite surprised always how consistent the speed is. It's basically, you can set your watch and and know when to come back, because it just, that's the time, you know. So there you go, it's perfect. Yeah, and then yeah, it says here, you guys can see 40-minute charging limit. So most people do that. The dude is back in his Hyundai, and then yeah, these are 2 stalls. Actually, an interesting story about these 2 stalls. A while ago, I think it was maybe about a month ago, somebody decided to cut the, you know, the charging wires. So they were offline for a while, and then BC Hydro had to order new wiring and install it all. Yeah, so just some people are, I don't know. But yeah, like you can see, each stall has a CCS on the right, CHAdeMO on the left. And if you're a Tesla owner with a CHAdeMO adapter, you can for sure use these. So yeah, it's pretty good. And like I mentioned before, the location is super good. So this big building, this one here, this is the Real Canadian Superstore. So it's a grocery store, right? And we're just at the back here. That's where the chargers are. There is a shopping mall also. There is a gym. So yeah, it's a good location. And if you need to go do your weekly shopping, charge your car while you're doing it. You need to go to the gym, which is over there, do your charging while you're, you know, working out. So yeah, perfect charger location. Very, very good. I like it. Okay, we're slowly going up in speed. SoulSpy is telling me 44.3 right now, and the car is telling me 45. We're already at 23%, 105 kilometers. So yeah, like I said, very consistent. All right, since we're next to a supermarket, I am getting quite thirsty. I'm gonna go get something to drink, and then see how long that takes. It's 12:15. Let's see what time we'll be back at the car, and see what the difference is in state of charge when we return after doing a little bit of shopping, like you would if you were here also doing the same thing. So let's check it out. All right guys, back from the store. Got a Pepsi. So now it's 12:26. We're at 35%. Car is showing 45, 46, switching back and forth between the two. But the real speed, as per SoulSpy, 45 kilowatt hours, 365 volts. So that is pretty good, if you ask me. All right, guys, we just passed 60, well, reached 60, and we're still at 46 kilowatts. The real speed being 45.6 or 378.9 volts. So as you guys can see, we're still doing quite well. And let's check how warm the battery is. We're looking at about 36 degrees. That is pretty warm. So yeah, the battery does heat up quite nicely doing this kind of charging. But yeah, the speed is quite good, very consistent, like I say. So 60%, 282 kilometers so far, and we've got what, 19 minutes left, so hopefully we can get that done in 19 minutes. Now we have reached 70% and we are still going at 47, but the actual speed is 45. You might be wondering why. Well, I heard that the cooling system for the battery kicked in because we are at 38 degrees. So a part of whatever the charging speed is and the kilowatts that we're pulling is used to cool the battery. So we're actually not getting that high of a speed. So 47 is what the car is saying, but in actual fact is 45.1. So 2 kilowatts is going for the HVAC, which I have on because it's a hot day today, and then the other one goes to cool the battery. So now I believe that around 75% we're going to start slowing down. So I'll check in again once I see that happening. So we're 71, so I think maybe 4% more, and then we start dropping the speed. Hey guys, checking back in at 77. I don't know what happened. These chargers must have gotten better since I last used it. We're at 48 kilowatt hours at 77%, and here we have 45.7. So we're still doing a lot of cooling for the battery, as it were. Oh, there we go. Now we're dropping off. There we go, 35. So you guys can see at 77, at least in the Kia Soul EV, we've got a drop off, which is pretty good anyways, because with other chargers, I've noticed that the drop off to around 30 comes much sooner, around 60 something percent. So these chargers really do keep that speed going. And the voltage is still pretty good. So just the speed is slowing down. Let's see what our temp is. Our temp is being kept nicely at 38. So that is perfect. But yeah, not bad, right? For a 50 kilowatt hour charger. So there we go. We got 3 minutes left, 2% left to charge, 37 kilowatts. So that's going to go pretty quick. All right, guys, we have finished charging. We are at 80%, 373 kilometers. Charge is done. All right, so there you go. Perfect. Now let's unplug and give you guys a quick summary. So this is what I was talking about, the little motif of the water and then the clean energy source from BC Hydro. It's pretty cool. And then they're all covered. There is a BMW i3 charging as well. And just to have a quick look, so to activate you need the app from BC Hydro, Flow, or ChargePoint, or the RFID card. And the cost is, for the 50 kilowatt charger, 21 cents per minute. Like I said, I haven't seen the 100 ones yet. Alright guys, quick summary about what we just saw in the whole charging session. So, as you guys could see, basically, from the very beginning, we were hovering around the 44 to 48 kilowatt hour mark for charging speed. So for a 50 kilowatt hour charger, at least from my experience, you know, driving around BC, this is pretty good. I would say it's very, very good. I really like these chargers simply because they're super predictable. Like what I said, nothing is more predictable than a BC Hydro charger, I would say. That's the consistency king from what I know. So I'm really happy with it. It started dropping off at 77%. And then we only had like 3 minutes left to 80. Honestly, anything over 80 with those chargers, it's not really worth it, unless you really have to charge to 100. because it's simply just too slow, much too slow. So I would 100% do an 80 charge, even from almost zero. So it took us an hour and 5 minutes to go from a little bit below 10%, right? So not bad when it comes to overall charging speed, I would have to say. So yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised always whenever I charge there. You know, voltage is very good. The charging speed is very consistent. The cost is not exuberant. It's 21 cents per minute of charging for the 50 kilowatt chargers that we saw today. So overall,
in 100
I would
meters,
have to
traffic
say,
light, camera ahead.
Thank you, Kia. I would have to say that yes, I 100% recommend BC Hydro chargers. I hope that they will start to offer faster charging speeds soon. Maybe install some faster chargers, maybe 150, 200, maybe even 300 kilowatt hour chargers. That would make even, you know, it would be even better. And I would definitely be a fan. I would definitely be a customer, and I would definitely be charging with BC Hydro all the time if that happens. So BC Hydro, I hope that you guys take my suggestion and start thinking about doing something a little bit faster than just 50 kilowatt in the future. But for now, I'm very happy. These chargers are in most places, like I said, in BC. They are powered by hydroelectric power. What else can you ask for? I mean, when it comes to electric vehicles, sustainable charging infrastructure, reliability, you know, because people always say, hey, you know, I'm worried, am I gonna show up at a charger and it be not working? The only time that charger wasn't working is like what I told you guys, when somebody vandalized the machines and cut the charging cords. That was the only time throughout my charging over there that I ever had any problem. And during our road trip, and you guys can watch the videos, I charged at BC Hydro a few times, and no issues. So would I suggest this charger? Definitely. If you are coming to Canada and British Columbia and you're from the States, get yourself that app. You don't need to have that RFID card. Basically it's not necessary to have it, but if you can get it, that's even better, just so that you have that peace of mind that it always works. But I'm sure the apps work too. And like I said, there's, you know, you can have ChargePoint and you can have Flow, and you can use those two apps to validate the chargers as well. So I think overall, 2 thumbs up for me. Used it during the road trip, use it in my daily life, and I would 100% recommend BC Hydro. It's not the fastest, but the locations are great, always next to supermarkets, food, and other options where you can, you know, even if the charge is an hour, you can go do your shopping, you can do, you know, go to the gym, whatever you want to do. They're in convenient locations throughout the city. They're in small towns. So yeah, 100% recommended. So guys, if you're in Canada, give BC Hydro a chance. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.